Guys, so this happened. Explain what went on here. We were on our way from Milwaukee to Madison, actually Stoughton, where my parents live, and it's only about an hour drive. And got to my parents' house, and we were backing in the yard to park the camper, and I happened to look out and see something sticking out, and thought it was a twig. So I stopped, walked back here. And actually this entire window, which is this window here, same one, completely shattered and blown out. We had glass so thin that it actually went through the screen. It was all over the inside of the camper and on the table. Really kind of freaked us out. We don't know if it was hit by a rock. That's what we're assuming. On the side this way, though, it seems kind of unusual that a rock would go this direction, but in any event, really kind of shook us, especially after I called Airstream, and they said that they're completely out of stock for the foreseeable future, and you have to buy them directly from a dealer. So I thought, oh, okay, I'll just start calling dealers. Well, I started to call dealers, and it was the same situation. Well, number one, they don't stock the windows. I discovered because there's so many windows on each individual Airstream and each individual model that they would have to carry, you know, hundreds and hundreds of different sizes, and then of course different inventory levels. So they special order them. The problem is they can't special order them because Airstream manufacturer is completely out of stock. We got really freaked out then because I'm like, well, what are we going to do? We're leaving, and we're going to be in Canada for the summer in 1 week. We can't drive around with an open window with rain and wind and debris. So came up with a solution temporarily to just put a heavy grade crash bag over the window and then taped it with this black duct tape, which worked good. We just drove about 100 miles to this campground, and it held up perfect. So in an emergency, we could travel like this. Not ideal, but it is a way to travel. Anyway, back to my story of calling dealers. I started calling. I think I called 4 or 5 around the United States. All of them said the same thing. We don't stock those. We have to special order that, and it could be up to 3 to 6 months before we even get them back in stock. I was really bummed out. I had left a message on the voicemail of a parts division of Woodland RV over in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Nora was the name of the lady in the parts department who called me back. She was unbelievable. I don't think I've ever received such amazing customer service from this lady. Anyway, she called me back. She said, hey Greg, we've got 3 of those in stock, and we stock them for this very reason. When we can get them, we order as many as we can so that we have them in stock for people like you that run into this situation. So led me to believe that obviously this I'm not the first one that this happens to. This must happen fairly often. I could not believe it. She actually shipped it overnight, UPS, or 2-day, to our campground here in northern Wisconsin. We got here about 3 hours ago, and it was already here waiting for us. So I'm going to proceed to take this off, and I'll just show you here kind of what's going on. But this worked really well, and I think I'm actually going to keep this just in case, you know, we run into this situation again. So that came off really nice. A little bit of residue here from the tape. We actually have painter's tape underneath the duct tape, just so we don't get any heavy residue from the tape on there, any glue. But that'll come right off with Wallburners, the stuff we use to wax it. Or I suppose you could use a little bit of a Goo Be Gone. But anyway, I'll take you over now, and we'll open up the package to the actual glass window, and we'll go ahead and we'll reinstall it. All right, so here's the window that just arrived at the campground. Fragile, handle with care. Hopefully they did. I would hate to open this up and see this one smashed. So let's cross our fingers. So here's our new window. I think they did a really nice job packaging it. Now the cool thing about these windows is they come wow, this is pretty cool. It's almost like glues itself onto the glass, but does not leave any residue whatsoever. That is really cool product, whatever that is. That is really neat. There's no residue or glue on there, but once it hits the glass, it completely seals the glass. So we'll go ahead. Now the cool thing is, this is a hinge, and this hinge right here that you see actually just goes up and under inside the window, and it hinges on the window, and so it's a super easy install. Once you have it in, then you take the brackets that you know, when you're inside the Airstream and you want to hold the window open in those 3 different levels, we'll attach those brackets on both sides here. But as you can see, all the brackets come pre-installed onto the window. So let's go over now. I'll walk you over and we'll show you how this installs. Wow, beautiful. Here's the deal. I guess we're going, yeah, you probably can't see it, but right underneath this little aluminum rain guard, there's a channel. So we want to go up underneath that and we will hook onto it. Nope. So I'm not tall enough. I'm going to need to get a ladder. So here's the ladder, and we almost have to go up. And we really got to go almost upside down in order to latch it onto that, which I guess makes sense. So you wouldn't open it too far from the inside and it would fly out. There it is. Okay, what you couldn't see, there's 2 little black metal guides, and one of them, either side, I could have moved it, but I had to move one over a little bit with a screwdriver and a hammer, and that was able, then the bracket was able to slide in there, and that's all there is to it. We are in. We could actually now go ahead and attach these support bars, and we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so using this window as a guide, I'm going to figure out which bracket goes on which side here. So if I match it up over here, it would be this one on this side. So what I have to do, back up a little, honey. I have to snake this through here. And there you go, it's pretty easy. There you go. And then yes. Does that look like it's right there? Maybe I have the wrong side here. I'm afraid this glass is going to fall and shatter. There it is, right there. Yep. Okay, so that one goes there. So now, okay, onto the other side. I found my lost screw.
You have no more screws loose?
Yeah, right? I have many screws loose. And that's it. Tighten this down, and we are back in business.
No way.
Wow.
Serious, Roche'z?
Yeah. So you're probably wondering, what does it cost to replace this window? This window with expedited shipping was $465. $66 of it was the UPS second day shipping. So it's roughly 400 bucks for one of these puppies. And they are not covered under warranty. We are in warranty, we're still under warranty, but they are not covered. Windows are not covered, which was kind of a shocker, but is what it is. Anyway, Vicky brought up a really interesting point on the way up here. We were talking about it, and she said, you know, wouldn't it be cool, coming from Florida, she thought of this, if they had some kind of like a shutter that you could pull down and lock, real simple, over these windows that would protect it like a hurricane shutter almost. You could, you know, you could fabricate something like that. But then we thought, well, an easier way to do it would just to be get some plexiglass, some thin, flexible plexiglass, put 4 suction cups on each corner, and just pop, 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 cover each window that's vulnerable to rock. So it really just, probably this side, it'd be the bedroom and then these 2 big living rooms, and maybe one on the other side of the bedroom. But it'd be super simple to do. So actually, I think I may fabricate something like that now that we've experienced this and lived through it. But anyway, that's what you do. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, don't forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and have a great day rolling with the Roche'z. And so this is the final product. Whew, what a relief. Thank goodness we were able to find it, install it, all set. Brand new window.